Hey everyone, welcome to episode 12 of the Bargain Bandit. Today's date is August 28th, 2012, and I'm Staci, the host. And today, being the 12th episode, we're going to be going through a bunch of things I'm currently selling on eBay. It's just kind of a quick run through of items that I have up that I think are interesting. So it should be a fun episode. And I was going to try something new, but it failed miserably. I had a video camera that would have everything would have been clearer, and I was going to stand up and I was going to be all gung-ho, go get them. And yeah, the video camera thing doesn't work for me because I can't stream it. I have an old one. So without the streaming ability, this process of everything I do with this video, because I do a lot of editing, would take me forever. So I'm back to this, and it's working for me so far, but I would like to up the quality a little bit. I'm gonna try some other things in the future, but right now this is what I have. So let's get started. Enjoy the episode. The first item is a copy of Millborn, and this actually sells pretty good on eBay. I haven't sold my copy yet, but there's a lot of people buying this game, and it's got some writing on the front. It's kind of a cool game. It's a Parker's Brothers French card game. I don't actually know how you pronounce it. It's from 1962, and it's in good condition. It doesn't have any of the score pads, but it's got the instructions. The cards are in pretty good condition. I mean, played with condition, but pretty good condition. It's just a neat little card game where the object is to try and get to 1,000 miles, and there's all kinds of obstacles along the way, and players are trying to mess with you. I have a TI 55-2. It's a Texas Instrument Advanced LCD slide rule calculator with programming and statistics. This one I have up for $12.99. It's not worth a whole lot. I didn't pay for a whole lot, so it's a good thing. But the calculators that actually sell for a decent amount of money on eBay are anything in the TI 80 range, 83, 84, 85, 86. You can see this one does work. It comes with the leather case. It's barely been used. It has the manual, and it's got an extra battery. It's got, it's in, the box is in rough shape, but the calculator's in great shape. So I have that up for $12.99. I have these up for $19.99, and these are some military cookbooks, C2C Cookery, and the Doggy Bag 525. C2C Cookery was actually done by schools, military schools, elementary schools around the world, from Spain to Iceland to Germany. There's all kinds of recipes from around the world in there. And then the other one I have is the Doggy Bag 525, which is done by the wives of the Bulldogs of the 525 TFS, which was a fighter squadron that ended up being stationed overseas in the late 70s. And they've been decommissioned since then, but it was pretty cool items, I thought, for people who like military memorabilia. I have a copy of Bumo. This is from the makers of Umo. It's in good condition, still sealed. I had that up for $20, $19.99. Super Mario Print World. I have this up for $14.99. This one is interesting because it's the rarer copy. It's only got the 5 1/4 floppies. And in case, for all you youngins, you don't know what a 5 1/4 floppy is, let me show you what a 5 1/4 floppy is. This is a 5 1/4 floppy. So I know. This is how we used to use computers back in the day. It's got the manual, the quick start manual. It doesn't have the full manual because it was there was a production delay, and you were supposed to send this in to get the full manual. See, manual required, and they would send it to you free of charge. Whoever bought this didn't do that, so there is no full manual, but it's a pretty cool item, especially if you like Super Mario Brothers. You can't really use it today, but it's a collector's item for sure. I've got this. It's a SpongeBob SquarePants Wilton pan. Wilton. See it there? It's a mini cake pan. It's in good condition. Solid construction. So I got that up there. I got a couple of games here I put together in a lot. Littlest Pet Shop. Littlest Pet Shop Guess Who, which is just like the Guess Who I talked about before, where you have to, kind of figure out who is the card that your opponent has before they figure out yours by asking pointed questions. And then Littlest got Pet Shop Go Fish. So I have those together in a lot. I have a copy of Tri-Ominoes. Tri-Ominoes is a game that brings me back to my childhood because I played it a lot back then. You match up the numbers, and you always have tiles that match the numbers in the reverse order. That's the way this game works. But it's a fun game. It still holds up. I played it recently. So I've got that up there as well. Got a copy of Texas Bingo. I'm in Texas, and this is Bingo, so I mean, you know, it kind of goes together. This is cool because you're kind of learning something about Texas as you're playing bingo. You know, the caller would say, Diamondback rattlesnake. And then the top caller would continue to say, is found throughout Texas. There are more snake bite reported from Texas than from any other state. Oh, I didn't really need to know that. Okay. Next up, I am going to show you Tripoli. And Tripoli is the original game of Michigan Rummy, Hearts, and Poker. It combines the three, Michigan Rummy, Hearts, and Poker, into one game. And this game is funny to me because it's just a vinyl thingy-majiggy, and you have to provide your own cards and your own chips. But it's very popular on eBay, and it's a very popular game. And it looks like it's a lot of fun, actually, when I was reading the directions that are on the back of the box, on the inside of the box. Sounds like a fun game. I might try and play it at some point. But I decided to include some plastic poker chips and a dual deck of cards, red and blue. And the blue ones are actually unopened, so like it's a sealed deck. I decided to include those in the auction so that you have everything you need to get started playing Tripoli. You don't have to be looking around searching for things. Next up, I have another game called Pokeno. Pokeno is bingo and poker and keno. I guess keno and poker together, but it's kind of like bingo. You know, you're trying to cover up your spaces. And so I'm including a set. This is from like the late 80s, and I'm including a set of time-appropriate bicycle playing cards. The bicycle, see, bicycle playing cards these are from 1986. And you know, anybody who's bought playing cards is probably saying, "How do you know that?" You know, well, there's a couple of things that tell me what year these are. First off, the stamp. This is after the tax stamp ended. And in 1976, they switched to this type of stamp. Before that, they had like a ragged edge. So I know that these are after 1976. And then on the ace of spades, there is a number there. And do you see the first letter is an H? Well, H tells me that these cards are either from 1926, 1946, 1966, or 1986. And since the only one that's after 1976 is 1986, these cards are from 1986. So that's how you kind of tell. It took me a lot of research to learn that. Next up, I've got a Chicago Bears newspaper glass. Bears bring it home. The Bears won the Super Bowl in 1986. This is the newspaper article from January 27th, 1986 in the Chicago Tribune, little commemorative. It's the only time the Bears have won the Super Bowl, so, you know, go Bears fans, buy my glass. Next up, I got these things here. And some of you might be going, ooh, Cube World! And some of you might be going, what the heck are those? So these are little cubes called Cube World. And they each have a different name on them, and they're from a different series. I have 2 from Series 1, 1 from Series 2, 2 from Series 3, and 2 from Series 4. They all work. 5 of them are without batteries because the batteries were dead, but I took batteries out of the other 2 and tested all of them, so they all work, and they're kind of cool, and they interact with each other. They're like, you know, there's a little guy that would be in one screen, and he'd go into another screen, or they would like be talking to each other or doing things with each other, and each one of them has like a different theme. Sports or skating, you know, it has different things on there. So that is Cube World, and I think Cube World's kind of cool. Next up, I have got 6 sealed Atari games. I have Galaxian, and this one's not in shrink wrap, but the box is sealed. And then the rest of these are in shrink wrap. I got Junior Pac-Man, Solaris, Battlezone, Kangaroo, and Dig Dug. And these are all up on eBay right now. They're pretty cool Atari sealed games. Next up, I got a copy of Canoga. Canoga is a dice game. This is from the mid to late 60s. No, early to mid 60s. And you can kind of see here what it looks like. And the idea is like you roll these dice. Got some dice here, and I added these dice. The dice that were in there were brand new, like, type of dice, and I thought, you know what, it's better to put vintage dice in with a vintage game, so I added some vintage dice. So I got an 11, so all these would be covered when you start your turn. No, wait, they wouldn't. Now you cover them, so I'm going to do a 5 and a 6 to get my 11, and the person with the lowest score wins. It's just like Double Shutter, which I do have a copy of that on eBay as well. Only, you know, it's a vintage version. It's what Double Shutter's kind of based on. It's called Canoga. And finally, I have something I showed in the last one. I have it up on eBay now. I have it up for buy it now of $99.99 because I don't know what it's worth, but please make me an offer if you want it. It's a framed picture, matted, with all these drawings of authors. And so you can see all these different authors. And they are Bryant, Emerson, Holmes, Longfellow, Whittier, and Lowell. There's a little damage to the frames. You know, the frame is not in the best condition. But it's a cool item. It's very vintage. People are dating these to the 1940s, but I don't know how they're getting those dates. So I'm not, saying it's definitely from the 1940s, but that's what other people are dating these types of pieces to. It's got a wood background. It's kind of cool because I took the wood background off yesterday, and underneath it is there is some handwriting on the back of the framing, and I can't really make it out very well. It looks like it says like Leonid, and it's got number 818, and then it says Frown or Brown, I'm not sure which, and then it says P269. So I don't know what those numbers mean. If you know what those numbers mean, please tell me. But anyway, it's kind of a cool item. It's a nice little item. It's, like I said, it's either for somebody who wants something old and kind of junky looking that to go in like an old type of restoration type place, or it's for somebody who wants to just take this and reframe it for their library or their home office. So kind of a cool item. And look there, I'm done. Woo! I know I went fast because this is the second time I'm taping this, because the first time I was way too slow. So second time's a charm. I got through those quick. So that's the end of what I'm going to show you today. Thank you for watching. Please leave me some comments and like me and subscribe, please, up there. I love subscribers. Thank you to all my subscribers, and thank you to all my commenters. Yay! I'm getting comments. I'm so happy. And please visit my eBay auctions at Kraus House of Cards and Games. And I have two websites, kraushouseofcards.com and kraushouseofcardsandgames.com. And I also have a Facebook page now. My Facebook page is just Kraus House of Cards and Games, so do a search for me. Actually, I think, no wait, that my link from my from YouTube goes to kraushouseofcardsandgames.com. But yeah, I have a Facebook page now, so join me on my Facebook page, and you'll be able to kind of see some of the items I'm putting up here and there. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was informative and educational and fun. And I hope that the graphics aren't too bad. I'm bummed that I couldn't get it to work. But thanks everyone, and see you later.